Welcome to Time for 13. In 13, we are going to talk about the latest episode of Doctor Who in and only in 13 minutes. We're here tonight to talk about Demons of the Punjab. With me, as always, is Rob.
Hello.
Hey, all right. So here we are. We've crossed the halfway point.
Oh, I can't believe it.
We are now in the back half of the season. So
Crazy.
only 4 episodes left.
All right.
So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So just before we get way into it, a little bit of Doctor Who news dropped today. It turns out that there will not be a Christmas special, as previously sort of implied, but they flat out came out and said, nope, New Year's Day special. And I'm really excited about that because that is not something we've seen.
I think that's great. You know what? And Christmas is usually a lot busier for us than New Year's Day, so that's good. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think they've done quite a bit over Christmas. I think it's even if they decide to go back to it, I think it's okay to let it rest one year. Yeah. And I think a lot of stories can be told about New Year's. It should be interesting.
Absolutely.
I mean, they did one terrible movie about it, so I'm sure Doctor Who can do something better.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this episode. Right. This is running out of time. As always. All right. So episode 6, Demons of the Punjab, aka.
Okay, let me get this out of the way right now.
Okay.
My big fat Punjabi wedding.
Okay. All right.
Could have also gone with Guess Who's Coming to Dinara. Also could have gone with 2 funerals and a wedding.
Oh, okay.
But instead I went with Love Without Borders.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I know.
Yeah, so we get to hear a little of Yaz, aka Yasmin Khan. That's her full name. Yaz's history. So she gets to travel back and learn more about her grandmother and go to a period of history that I knew absolutely nothing about.
And isn't that amazing? Something that is in the middle of the 20th century.
Yeah. Yeah, and a major event for a country that's a lot more people than us, yet American history teaching.
Huge ramifications, huge relevance to today.
Yep.
And that was never in my social studies books.
Yes, a major part of like British history too, because the Brits are the one who were doing this. They were still in their empire phase. Changing names, carving things up in the way that a lot of the English history is. And yeah, exactly. I had absolutely no kind of this. So this was fantastic for me, just as pure education.
Absolutely. Okay, I got here's the plot summary real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor whisks the TARDIS team to 1947 Punjab to find the meaning of Yaz's grandma's broken watch, where they find her younger self in the middle of a tumultuous time filled with new borders, religious strife, and alien demons while marrying a man not known to the family line and seeing the Doctor go all out MacGyver to uncover the demon's true secret mission of mercy.
Oh, that's right. They did the full MacGyver.
Oh, she goes full MacGyver. Like she's like, duct tape. Let's go.
Yeah, here's my list.
So here's the cool thing about this episode is, especially with the characters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So really I like this because it's outside of the normal. Okay, the Doctor, Ryan, and even Graham, even though Graham gets a great line, gets a great moment, they're all second fiddle to the story and the secondary characters, the guest characters I felt in this episode.
Yeah. And I thought it was great that it's Graham and Ryan both seem like to know, like at the start, they're just like, all right, we're just coming along to have an adventure.
Absolutely. No, totally. No, I thought that was great. Obviously the Thajarians, I think I'm getting that right.
Yeah, Thajarians.
Really interesting story. I mean, obviously, the scary bad guy that turns out really to be the evolved good guy, or at least the mournful guy. I saw a joke online. Somebody said they're the instead of the monster of the week, they're the mourners of the week.
Oh,
which I mean, no, I think that's that's one of my favorite things about this episode. Just that meaning of that. You get meaning out of your evolution, out of your maturing. But characters, I thought this was just a great opportunity for the guest stars of the week to shine and do some great stuff.
Yeah, it really was like a very much of a culture clash family drama thing, and then everything else was just kind of window dressing.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really was about the inner family, and then of course having Yaz see this hidden part of her history, something she never really knew about. So it was like watching this her family drama unfold around her, and everything else was just sort of pieces moving around, but it was really about her and her history. Yeah, it was fascinating.
It,
Um,
fascinating is the best word I can think of for this.
yeah, with
The whole
the
episode.
Jarns, they mentioned something about them being one of the first races or oldest races.
Yes.
Thought that was interesting. I'm like, that's an interesting thing to drop there. That she knew them as being like, had been wiped out by the time that the Doctor started running around, or what? I thought there was some interesting little.
Well, she claims to not know when they tell her the story about that their world got wiped out. She didn't know.
Right.
So, but I'll tell you this though. I mean, I think that was more for effect of, instead of like, oh, this is a character that's going to come back later on. I think it was more of effect to show, sometimes it just takes a really long time to evolve.
Yeah. Very true.
I think that was their main point.
I think so too. If this was a Russell T Davies story, I'd say, "Ooh, that's foreshadowing."
Yeah, no,
in the
totally
same
right.
way that the bees disappearing, or like the planet was the lost moon of Poon, or was Poosh? Was it?
Exactly.
But in this, I think it was just it was just showing that it took that to make them sort of wake up, realize that it was almost the Superman effect. The strange visitors from another planet whose planet was destroyed, and and now they've decided to make this change. And then there's that great thing at the end where as you see his head and it flies up, and there's all of the people that they're bear witness to. Yeah, that was really good.
Did you find, so I thought it was interesting in terms of the doctoriness of the episode, even like the wibbly wobbly stuff, very limited. We got a funny gender regeneration joke.
Uh-huh.
That was very funny. Never done this as a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was cool. And I thought I will say the end, okay, which this gets into, we keep saying this every week, at least I know I do. 5-6 minutes into this episode, I literally was watching it and I literally audibly went, wow. The color, saturation, the detail.
Yeah.
They just keep, I don't know why you would think the stories are really bad, but right now, the artistic and technical execution of this show has never been what it is right now.
No, I agree. The closest thing I could think of was the 50th, where they sort of went all out, but this is even way beyond that.
Oh, music,
everything is just gorgeous.
It's just, seriously, that first like 6-7 minutes, I just sat there and went, I got to get a bigger TV. This is not even doing this justice. But like, at the end of that cool overhead shot of the TARDIS console, just loved it. But I'll tell you, this was fascinating is the perfect way to describe this episode, in that I greatly enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent integration of history, things that, we don't know. Usually most people probably don't know about, and just really well done. We were talking a little bit about some of the stuff I read online was a lot of, everyone seems to be taking this and going, well, is this is a failed attempt at duplicating the magic of Rosa. Wow. I don't
see that at all.
Yeah, at all. Like, you just take these episodes as what they are.
Yeah.
This is just a great, meaningful episode about existence. I
think Rosa was obviously, they focused on a person and showed sort of how history was around that person. In this one, they took a conflict, a big event, and they microcosmed it. They went all the way down to, all right, how does this affect this family, these group of people? By the end they're a family, but like these particular people, and how this is affecting them, and the borders and change, and obviously the son succumbing to basically his own hate groups, like getting caught up in all the rhetoric and things. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is the first episode written by I think he actually is Indian, Vinay Patel, but this is the first episode of the new Doctor not written or co-written by Chris.
Oh, that's right.
This is the first sort of solo one that somebody else has done. And I think it's interesting to see someone like basically the Doctor being written by someone else other than the person who was there at her regeneration.
Right.
And so we get to see her beyond that stuff. I think you get to see that even in somebody else's hands, she's still doing a fantastic job, because I really just love this Doctor.
No, I'll tell you, I don't know. I'm very happy. Again, stuff you read online, there's all these rumblings about, is there a backlash when the ratings are doing really well.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah. It's sad. It's just, you get to see, like, obviously there are people who are still miffed. Man, if you could get past your miffness of the gender thing,
yeah,
you'd enjoy a really good, solid season of this show.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. My 11-year-old, like I say, she now is 11-year-old since the last time we recorded. She says this is her favorite Doctor so far. Like she hasn't seen all of them, but she's watched from 9 on.
Right.
And like she's like, these are the best. These are the best episodes.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's
so I was like, all right, great. I'm glad
Oh.
because this like I said, the first time my wife has been watching on a regular basis too. Both of them are extremely happy at the end of every episode.
And also, end of episode, they had an interesting interpretation of the theme, the music at the end.
Yeah, I thought it was just they were just sort of doing just more of the score, but according to the thing online, it actually was almost a sitar version of the Doctor Who theme.
Yes.
Which I'm gonna have to go through and listen to that again because like, oh, I didn't pick up on that. I was just sort of like waiting for the preview.
No, it was really really nice. Okay, as we're going down here. Okay, so phrase of the episode.
Oh yeah.
I've got some really obviously some funny ones. Don't read the filthy bits.
Yeah.
Obviously we saw this. I never did this when I was a man. Okay, really, you'll miss this. You'll blink if you'll miss this at the beginning. I have apologized for the Death-Eyed Turtle Army profusely. That's amazing.
I love when they talk about this stuff. I love the adventures that happen in the cracks. I love when they just like casually throw something out that is just completely bizarre and insane.
And I'm sure Big Finish is listening.
That's right. Somebody's like get somebody on that case.
We're gonna have to be on that. And then my two, the two favorites, and these are I paraphrase, but the first one is Graham gets that great scene. I honestly don't know if any one of us knows the real truth of our lives because we're living them from the inside out. Live this moment and figure it out later.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah,
and then the demons, right? And now we travel beyond, seeking the unacknowledged dead beyond all of time and space to bear witness to those alone. Honor life as it passes. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a little bit of for sci-fi nerds. They're similar to the Soul Hunters from Babylon 5, except they were more about they were doing the opposite. So they were capturing important souls as opposed to the alone, sort of the people who are unacknowledged. So they're doing that. But I'm not saying that as a copy thing. I'm saying like the great minds thinking alike. Like they were thinking along those same lines of powerful, long-lived alien races being there at important moments of death.
The only thing I guess that I would say is the only negative is, well, it's not even a negative, is, you're kind of curious. Like the doctor's like, oh, you want to go visit your grandma? What could go wrong? You know what I mean? Like, okay, but you know what? It all worked out. It was all good.
Yeah. So, our time's running out. Whoa. All right. So, I think we got to pretty much everything. I think it was like, again, they are like everything are hitting great. Like we have not hit a dud yet.
Oh no!
Like it's amazing that their batting averages. I don't know. I keep coming out to baseball metaphors, even though I don't really like baseball. But they're easy to do. They're well above average. So for this, we would say on our ranking system, this comes in at fantastic, which of course is a 4 out of 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's I really like seeing that. I guess it was shot in Spain. I mean, like they really are making great use of location and stuff too. Yeah, I mean, I think it was they're operating on a whole another level that I thought they would really be stumbling through the first season, and we just have to forgive them and stuff. But they're really setting the bar pretty high.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So there you go. That was our discussion of Demons of the Punjab. I'm not even sure what the next episode is.
Oh, they reverse alternate titled us.
Oh, did they?
The next episode's title is Kerblam.
Oh, that's right. Kerblam looks like the sort of Amazon in space, more creepy robots.
I had some Robin Williams movie backflashes when I saw that. Yeah, we're gonna have to reverse engineer the alternate titles next episode, but we'll be fine.
All right, so thanks for everybody for listening. We'll be back next week for the next one, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.